It is the Australian Cup, the Darley Australian Cup over 2,000 metres, worth $1 million, $600,000 to the winner. And Fiorente is the $2.10 favourite in front of Shamus Award at $4.80. It's the Melbourne Cup winner and the Cox Plate winner coming together here over 2,000 metres at Flemington. Tony Brazel's made Fiorente a special. And he's $2.10. Well, he was very good first up in the Peter Young, beating Mourayan. He wanted to win, he stretched out nicely and he got there. He's come back in fantastic order. He hasn't run a bad race in Australia. He's the one to beat. Green Moon goes very well at Flemington. He's won 3 from 8. His fourth in the Peter Young was good. Can he beat Fiorente 2,000 at Flemington? Well, if he's going to beat him anywhere, it could be here. Mourayan ran out of his skin in the Peter Young running second. He was 150 to 1 and he almost beat the odds-on favourite. He wasn't quite odds-on. He went around 2.15 Fiorente, but he was a firm favourite. Mourayan nearly sport the day. Another one he likes, he goes okay at Flemington. Foreteller, very good in the Peter Young behind Fiorente. Second up, he'll improve. Once again, can he beat Fiorente? He'll be there fighting out the finish. He'll be there somewhere. Star Rolling could give Fiorente something to chase. He's going to be hard to run down. He led in the Peter Young. He gave a lot of cheek and he's racing well. He's fit. But has he got the class to beat Fiorente? He couldn't beat him in the Peter Young. He'll take some chasing today. Voleuse De Coeurs, here's the horse in the Eliza Park colours. 2,000 metres first up. I've only seen it once in Australia and that was in the Melbourne Cup. Its form in Ireland was very good, but you can take $26 about it winning today. Let's make a deal. Well beaten in the Peter Young. It's an 80 to 1 chance. Its best runs were in the Lexus and the Queen Elizabeth. Probably not good enough to win this. Shamus Award, winner of the Australian Guineas after an okay effort in the CF4. We know now, if we didn't know before, he's a bold front runner. He loves to be out in front. He's the main danger to Fiorente. And Thunder Fantasy, well, the 3-year-olds have a good record in the Australian Cup, but punters have Shamus Award in front of Thunder Fantasy. We are about 3.5 away from the Australian Cup. Here's the Australian Cup, Greg Miles.
Navy cap on Steve Arnold. Star Rolling lighting in for Brad Rubeter. Thunder Fantasy, one of the 3-year-olds, comes up into the gates now, so they're nearly ready for the Darley Australian Cup. Shamus Award. Been a late rally for him, 480 into 440. But on course, Fiorente just comes into the red again, 195. Frustrating race for Damien Oliver. He's been placed 7 times without a victory. A great opportunity here to have the Australian Cup on his mantelpiece. And for that matter, Gaze had 3 placings without a win. So they combine with the now just into the red favourite. Going in, Foreteller and Green Moon coming up. Lines up and they're right to go. The Darley Australian Cup field locked in. Set. And they're off. Voleuse De Coeurs won the jump on the inside. Fiorente didn't jump well and Ollie has to push and urge him and he goes right back. He settles last with Foreteller and Shamus Award flew out and he had the early lead to Green Moon going up on the outside and Star Rolling gets the trail. He's a length away third. Voleuse De Coeurs fourth on the inside. A half Mourayan. A couple further back Thunder Fantasy and they're followed by Foreteller. And back at the end of the field, Let's Make a Deal and Fiorente is last of all and Shamus Award dictating it. Not a very strong gallop at all and he goes out towards the 1400 and he shows the way about a length in front. Running second is Green Moon and on the rails in third placing is Star Rolling. A length clear from Mourayan, holding down fourth with a nice trail and then Voleuse De Coeurs. Thunder Fantasy a half the outside, 2 lengths to Foreteller Fiorente and now Let's Make a Deal was a couple of lengths away at the tail of the field. 1200 left to go and Shamus Award out in front, 3/4 clear. Green Moon running second. Star Rolling is third and on the outside fourth is Mourayan. 2 in front front of Thunder Fantasy. Voleuse De Coeurs. Fiorente now about 7 or 8 lengths away from the leader. And then Foreteller and Let's Make a Deal at the end of the field. So the Australian Cup field is being led down towards the 800 by Shamus Award. He's had a really good run in front. A half clear. Green Moon is second. Mourayan moving up on the outside to keep Star Rolling pocketed behind the leader. They're followed Voleuse De Coeurs, Thunder Fantasy. Fiorente next on the outside of Foreteller and Let's Make a Deal last of all. On the turn for home, Shamus Award from Green Moon on the outside, and moving up is Mourayan. Just behind them now, Fiorente pulls to the outside. Ollie riding him along to try and get into the race. Shamus Award at the 400 from Green Moon. Star Rolling. Fiorente a further couple of lengths away on the outside, and back behind those horses, Let's Make a Deal. It's now with 200 metres to go. Shamus Award just the leader from Green Moon, and Fiorente. What a battle this is. It's a beauty. 100 left to go. Fiorente and Green Moon raced away. It's Fiorente coming home the better though, and Fiorente wins the Australian Cup 3/4 to Green Moon. Foreteller flashed home and got third, and then Voleuse De Coeurs followed further back in the field then by Mourayan, who battled away well. Let's Make a Deal next over from Thunder Fantasy and Star Rolling, and Shamus Award dropped out and he's finished last. Fiorente takes out the Australian Cup from Green Moon and Foreteller in an absolute thriller. A fabulous victory, and a first victory in the race in the Australian Cup for Gay Waterhouse and Damien Oliver. After a swag of placings between the pair of them, they've finally got the big Group 1 on the board, with the Australian Cup Melbourne Cup double being completed for just the 6th time since the race went weight for age by Fiorente. And the deeper into the race, the better he got. Green Moon gave him a real run for his money, but the last 150 metres, Fiorente has proven too good. The Melbourne Cup winners, Quinella, the Australian Cup in a great result. Foreteller's run third, and Mourayan stayed on and finished in 4th place in 2:3.64. And the numbers are 1, 2, 4 and 3 on the Australian Cup. This is one of the great races on the calendar. It nearly always, when you get the right field, delivers a peak result, and that was a cracking race, Dean.
And I'm tipping Dean Lester agrees. Fiorente, well, he's the best horse in Australia. 190, 130, Green Moon 270, Foreteller 210. 2,000 at Flemington. It found out Shamus Award today against Wait for Age Company. 190, 130, Fiorente scores. And Oliver, can you believe it, he's won every race in Australia. Well, let's narrow it down to Melbourne. There wouldn't be a big race in Melbourne he hasn't won. And he's had 7 placings in an Australian Cup, and he'd never won an Australian Cup. So that is amazing.